The 2016 Star Wars movie Rogue One was the experience fans of the franchise have been longing for since the release of The Return of the Jedi. The prequels couldn't measure up to the grit the very first Star Wars movie had, and The Force Awakens, while good, offered little fresh. Instead, Rogue One, directed by Gareth Edwards and starring Diego Luna and Felicity Jones, offered a hard-boiled spy thriller in which no quarter was given. With its retro 70s look, grittier color palette, it might have surprised Disney that fans liked it so much. In the film, set just prior to the events of A New Hope, we see two rebel agents, Cassian Andor and Jyn Erso, lead a team to steal the plans to the Empire's planet-destroying weapon, the Death Star. As with any good cause, sacrifices have to be made, and the entire team, including Cassian and Jyn, are killed. So naturally, Disney decided to create a prequel series detailing the exploits of rebel agent Cassian Andor before the events of his death. Fans were naturally delighted. If the format stayed true to its hard-boiled origin, even Disney should succeed. And succeed they did. Andor, as the series is called, is one of the most authentic Star Wars experiences you can get, and also one of its best. Perhaps I am being a little bit unfair to Disney and Lucasfilm. Since The Mandalorian, they have more success with The Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi, so in all likelihood they know what they are doing. With the first 3 episodes released as its premiere, let's have a look at what Andor is all about. Let's get the first issue out of the way. Andor is set 5 years before the events of A New Hope, so 5 years before the Battle of Yavin, or 5 BBY. As the movie Rogue One was released 6 years ago, and as actor Diego Luna reprises his role as Cassian, we are meant to ignore that he has not aged. The series jumps right into it. We meet up with Cassian on Morlana 1, a planet controlled by the Pure Morlana Security Company, or Pre-Mor as it is known. Cassian visits the local brothel with the intent of finding his sister. Instead, he learns she has disappeared months before. While there, Cassian is hassled by corrupt Pre-Mor agents and is forced to kill them in an alleyway. Back on his home planet Ferrix, which is in the same system, time runs out for Cassian. He knows it will only be a matter of time before he is hunted down. He already has plans to leave and attempts to force his friend Bix, played by Adria Arjona, to make a deal with her rebel contacts for an imperial component he stole. She is reluctant to do so and accuses him of swindling her out of the component, and in return accuses her of skimming off the top. It is indicative of the shades of grey this Star Wars world depicts. Meanwhile, Cassian's deed on Morlana 1 do solicit a response. Deputy Inspector Cyril Khan places every resource he has on the Cassian case. Against his superior's orders and despite the 2 victims being known troublemakers. Throughout the first 3 episodes, Cyril comes off as a man who is relentless and vindictive, but also insecure, authoritarian and somewhat incompetent. As such, he resembles a proto-imperial officer. No doubt this foreshadows his fate throughout the series. To me, the character resembles that of Inspector Javert from Victor Hugo's Les Miserables, who is also incessantly overzealous. Cyril is played by actor Carl Soller. Furthermore, there is an assortment of secondary characters. I did not get all of their names, for some I don't think it is important. Bix has a jealous husband who mistakes his wife's friendship with Cassian as an affair and informs on him. Then there is Cassian's co-worker Brasso, who helps him as though he were a sibling, and finally there is Marva, Cassian's adoptive mother. This, besides a reference to a lost sister, is the only reference we get to his past. Through flashbacks we see Cassian's upbringing in the woods of the planet Kenari, used as a toxic dumping ground. There he survives with other juveniles until perchance a large transport ship crashes. Examining the wreck, Cassian meets with two scavengers. One of them is Marva. Eventually, Civil lands on Ferrix with a dozen guards to arrest Cassian, but their heavy-handed tactics ensures the populace turns against them. Meanwhile, Bix's rebel contact Leuven arrives on Ferrix and quickly deduces the situation. Played phenomenally well by Stellan Skarsgård, Leuven becomes less interested in the Imperial component and more in the man who stole it, Cassian. While hiding from Civil's guards, Leuven subtly starts to recruit Cassian for the rebel cause, showing him some of the tradecraft that comes along with spying. Though the Star Wars TV series have seen plenty of high noon scenarios, this one plays out a little bit different, with Cassian and Leuven more interested in escaping than defeating Civil. They do in fact manage to escape, killing a fair number of Pre-Mor agents. But Cassian's escape from Ferrix does a lot of damage as well. Bix's husband is killed and Marva is left behind. The Andor series had a simple objective: explain the origin story of Cassian Andor, reveal why he was such a dedicated and gifted agent of the Rebel Alliance, and how did he develop his cold-hearted, opportunistic and cynical personality. The first 3 episodes of Andor combined tell a mini-story: his life on Ferrix, his past as a Kenari, that is Kenari not Canary, though the similarities are probably not coincidental. It ends with Cassian getting into trouble and meeting with a rebel recruiter. Overall, the 3 episodes tell this mini-story very effectively. With episodes running in a length of around 40 minutes, the action moves quickly. Showrunner Tony Gilroy has plenty of credits to create Cassian. Prior, he has also worked on screenplays such as Enemy of the States, the Jason Bourne movies and of course Rogue One. Having seen the trailer for the remainder of Season 1, I remain very excited about Andor. While I enjoy the other Star Wars live action series, I think Andor is my favorite. I don't have much to complain about with Andor. The special effects are good. The music works but is not noteworthy. However, the set design is spectacular. From the corporate environment of Morlana 1 to the rundown industry of Ferrix, everything feels as if it belongs in the Star Wars universe. So far, apart from a few badges, we have yet to see anything of the Empire. No TIE fighters, stormtroopers or snarky Imperial officers have been seen. That will quickly change in the upcoming episodes, but their absence was refreshing. That was it for my review of Andor. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button, or if you want to see more content like it, subscribe to my channel, Sci-Fi Empire.